Hey guys, I'm Robert Smith with First Class Barbecue. We're doing competition birds today. Competition chicken spatchcock birds. Welcome to Blue Ribbon BBQ. What we're doing today is we're doing our competition trim on a spatchcock bird. We like to use a 4-pound whole chicken. Preferably a natural bird. That way, if there's any kind of salts or anything like that that's they inject in the birds to get weight, we don't like that. We want to use our own salt. Okay, so we're going to cut it open. Remove it from the bag. Guys, this is chicken, so we do chicken last. Any of our prep or anything like that, that'll be the last thing that we do. Just because we want to make sure that everything's good and we don't want to contaminate anything. I like to pull a lot of this loose skin off the top of my birds. Okay. Just makes it nice and pretty, even. Okay. So, now we're gonna do, I like that they didn't mess up either one of the breasts. The breasts are full, whole. We're good there. We're gonna turn it over. It's got one little ding down here around the tail. It's got one little gash. But when we start to separate this bird to make it a spatchcock, we'll fix that, okay? So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna cut the tail off. Once we cut the tail off, we're gonna take our thumb and we're gonna hold the backbone up of the chicken, okay? We're just gonna hold it up. Guys, go under the skin, not into the meat. Under the skin, not into the meat. And we're just gonna cut the skin right down that backbone. We're not making big cuts, we're just easing along. Because remember, we can always go forward, we can never go back. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to lightly separate that skin from the bird itself. Lightly separate that. We're just easing with the skin, okay? You don't need a knife. You don't need anything for that. Just slightly separate it. Okay? We're exposing this backbone. Slowly does it. Okay, so now what we've done is we've exposed the backbone. So we're going to come back with our shears. Take our thumb, raise the backbone up, and I start to the right side of my thumb. And I'm just going to follow it all the way up, cutting right down that bone. Okay? Same thing on the other side. I'm just going to cut right up beside that backbone. We remove the backbone. If you guys want to save this for some stock, some chicken stock or anything like that, man, you're more than welcome to it. It's great stuff, okay? So we're going to come in here. We're going to pull out any kind of ooey gooey stuff. So now what we have is our rib cage that's exposed up here, okay? So if we try to put this in a box with these rib cage exposed like this, it's gonna set up, it's gonna look all wonky in the box. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up here and we're gonna cut a little bit of the rib cage down, and we're gonna cut both of the wishbones off. And guys, man, get you some really, really good poultry shears. Because if not, this is a ton of work if you don't have some really good shears. Come in here, take your knives, pull all these little nid bits off. I'm not in poultry science, so I'm not even sure what that's called. But I know I don't want to eat it. Coming in here, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just trimming that stuff off. Because guys, we're going to brine these birds. We're going to brine these birds overnight. All right, we trimmed enough of that. Pull a little bit of that fat off, and we're good to go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this kill bone that's in the middle. Kill bone is actually separating both of your half birds. It's right down the middle of the breast. So we're just gonna pull this little thin membrane off the top. It's there. This is the only time we're gonna use our knife. I'm gonna put some pressure. See these two bones that are exposed right here up here on the top, the wing bones. I'm gonna place my thumb on one, and I'm gonna place my index finger on the other, and I'm gonna put some pressure, okay? I'm trying to spread them apart. I'm gonna come in with my knife, and I'm just gonna ease it down to where I hit the kill bone. Whenever you hit the kill bone, you're gonna hear a crack. And when you hear that crack, you're just the pressure of doing that, you're exposing this bone. Y'all see the bone? So what we do is we want to make sure we expose both sides. We just push it, work it back. Okay? So once we get back to where the actual cartilage starts, we don't want to rip the loins, which are underneath here. We want to make sure that those loins stay intact. So what we're going to do is we're going to work our finger underneath. Once we get our finger underneath the cartilage bone and in between the meat, we're gonna rip it off like a Band-Aid. It exposes that loin right there. We don't wanna break that. We wanna make sure it stays sealed. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna put a little pressure, work it down. We got our finger underneath, and we're gonna rip it off like a Band-Aid. Once we've done that, we'll start exposing the kill bone itself, pull it back, and we pop it out. In a normal world, that's what you're looking for. That's perfect. Now we know that both of our loins are still intact. We haven't lost any meat. We have great separation. And now we know whenever we go to brine our birds, it's gonna take all that flavor, it's gonna hold everything in, okay? All right, so we've got that. We're gonna give our bird a flip. Once we give a bird a flip, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna pull out any kind of extra gout. Extra gout means all this fat, any kind of little, anything that you don't wanna eat, pull it out. Take your scissors, trim that stuff off. Now what we've got is we've got a nice clean bird. We can season underneath the skin. Any kind of stuff that's hanging off, we want to go ahead and remove. And voila, we're ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make our brine for these birds. One cup of turbinado sugar. Yay. Okay, so we have 1 cup. So then we're gonna go back with our bold burger. So this stuff here has got salt, pepper, garlic, it's got it all in there. Everything that we need for a good brine. So we're gonna add our sugar, and we're gonna add 1 cup. One cup. We're gonna add a 1/2 gallon of Pure Life distilled water. Distilled water, okay? It's about there. And what we like to do is we like to keep our water in the refrigerator so that it's really, 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 really cold. So when this bird goes in, it absorbs all of that flavor. Big 2.5 gallon hefty Ziploc bag. Bird's going in. Give it a little mixy mix. Push all the air out. And then she's ready to go to bed for the night. So we'll take that and we'll stick it in the refrigerator. Guys, put this in a bowl, any kind of tall, anything tall that this can be submerged in, because look, I closed this, it's not foolproof, okay? You don't want to be in there and your wife comes in and says, you got to clean the refrigerator out, okay? Don't do that. And we'll put her to bed. We'll see you in a little while, in the morning. All right, so what we did the next morning, so we fired up our pit boss, got everything up to 300 degrees, okay? Birds take about an hour to 45 minutes to cook, nothing over that, and sometimes even about an hour and a half. So make sure you keep checking your temp. So I know there was a lot of questions about why we use distilled water, okay? If you notice it, we're cooking hot and fast. We cook at higher temperatures. So if you use a regular water, what you're doing is whenever you cook it at that higher temperature, you're cooking the impurities out of that water. So it'll leave streaks in your meat. So make sure and always use high quality meats, use distilled water, good seasonings, good proteins. That way, because look, this is Blue Ribbon BBQ. This is the next level. Okay, I know everybody loves to cook in the backyard and everything. This is competition barbecue. You have to step it up a notch. Ease into it, but follow what we're telling you. We're telling you this because we've been doing it for 25 years and it works. Let's do some birds. So, you remember we put these birds in yesterday. It's just water, sugar, salt, and everything like that. So if you want to brine it longer, you can brine it longer. It won't hurt it. It's not going to bother it at all. Just dispose of this, put it in the trash, go on about your business. So we like to open the bird up, check it out, everything's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip the bird over. We're going to raise it up underneath the skin. Raising it up underneath the skin, we're going in with that good bold burger. Hit it underneath the skin just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit to give it some flavor, okay? Hit it on the outside, salt and pepper, garlic. Move those wings around. Okay, now we're coming back in with this good old chicken poultry. It's got some butter buds in it. It's got everything that you're wanting in that wonderful chicken flavor. Hit those wings, because everybody likes a nice wing. Garlic's got the big garlic. Okay. Make sure you can get everything covered really good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give it a spray. We're going to hydrate 100% pure avocado oil. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We've got our Savannah running right now at 300 degrees. We can see it right down here. It took it probably everything of about maybe 10 minutes to get the heat up, get everything equal out, make sure everything's right. We're going to take this and we're going to give our pit a nice little coat. All right, now we're going to come back with our bird, and we're going to put our bird on, and we're going to put our bird on skin side down. Hear that nice sizzle. Come back. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to come back and I'm going to hit my other side. And now we put her to bed. So we're going to check this bird in about another 10 minutes. once it's been on there for about 10 minutes, we're gonna come back, we're gonna check it. Once we check it, we're gonna go ahead and flip it back over, meat side down, skin up, let it rock. We'll see you guys here in about another 10 minutes. All right, guys, welcome back to Blue Ribbon BBQ. We just put our birds on, we let them on there. We got them on the Savannah. We're gonna let them sit there for about 10 minutes. We got it skin side down. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over, we're gonna check them out, make sure everything is doing exactly the way it's supposed to, and we're gonna go ahead and flip that bird. Nice. Nice. She's looking great. After 10 minutes, we've already got a little bit of color to her. She's starting to get that mahogany, and man, we're looking for an internal temperature of 160 degrees. If we can hit it perfect, we want to be in the breast at 155, okay? Because this bird's gonna carry about 5 or 6 degrees. We don't want it to overshoot. We want to hit 160. 160 is where we want to be. We don't want to be 168. We don't want to be 170. And we dang sure don't want to be 140, okay? So after an hour, we're going to be really, really particular on checking this bird. So if you have your dot, if you have your thermopins, your ThermoWorks, if you have those, slide one of them in the breast. That way you don't have to worry about anything. There you go. Voila. Nice curler. Everything's good. We already probed it, so we know it's good. So we probed it at 155 in the breast, okay? So what we want to do now is we're going to let this bird relax. Let it sit there. It's going to climb about another 5 or 6 degrees, okay? 160 is perfect, okay? So we want to let it sit. Check everything. Everything looks good. We're not in no hurry. We still have 10 minutes before it's turn in, so we're great. So while this is doing, it's relaxing, it's lowering the temp. Let's talk a little bit about competition barbecue and what competition barbecue involves, and how, you know, what we're trying to let you guys understand what we do. So we travel all over the country doing competition barbecue. Competition barbecue is basically a gathering of, there could be 10, 12, 15, or 150 or 250 guys in a parking lot. So the actual magic behind competition barbecue is going in knowing that you have to please 6 people. There's 6 judges. You're only judged by 6 people. Now, there might be 10 other competitors on the table with you, but at that given day, we are only there to please 6 people. That's it. If you go in there and you start looking around at other people, other contestants that are there, man, you walk in there, hey, Myron's here, Brad's here, Tim's here, Sean's here. You know, these other contestants that are here, they've already gotten into your head. They've already gotten in there that, you know, they're world champions. Okay, that's fine. But you have to step back and understand what you're doing there. You're there to please 6 judges. Just stop, calm down, because there's people, I've seen people in all walks of life come to their first competition with 10 world champions in the, you know, in there. And man, you walk away with a first chicken, a first brisket, you know, a second rib, and you're banging, you're good. Now, does it happen every weekend? Absolutely not. You still have to turn in a great protein. You have to use a great unit. You have to use great fuel, great proteins. It's just all part of it. But the less that you can get out of your head and get more into cooking, the easier it is. Spices, sweet. We like to run a savory bird, a savory brisket. Because I feel like if I turn in a spicy brisket, there's probably one person on that table that's really gonna like spice. There's gonna be 4 or 5 other judges on there that doesn't like spice. But If I turn in a sweet rib, now maybe there's only 3 people that like sweet, 3 people that like spicy, but a spicy judge will give you a good score. Now it might not be excellent, but he's not gonna dock you. And that's what I mean about pleasing your judges. Don't go in there swinging for the fence and trying to just burn them up. Now, if you don't like the judges, man, if it's just you and 4 other people there, man, burn them up if you want to. That's good. But we do this for a living. We're there to please 6 people. That's it. Have fun with barbecue. That's what it's supposed to be about, okay? We all got, we were all raised, grandpa out there cooking barbecue, having a few cold ones, going over and having fun. That's what barbecue is. That's why Pit Boss actually builds these units. They build these units to make it easy for you to be a world champion, okay? The less thing that you have to worry about, you don't have to control a fire. You don't have to control any of those other elements. That computer right there does it all for you. Put your protein on there, let it go, and it wins. I know, I'm an 8-time world champion. Let's cut this bird. So, what I like to do, we remove the keel bone. I'm gonna come in and I'm checking the skin. Can y'all hear that? Y'all hear that crunch? That's what we want, okay? So I'm just gonna come in. Y'all see the juices running out of this bird? And voila. That bird is perfect. Because I like a little crunchy skin. The breast is moist. It's very tender. It's not undercooked. It's not overcooked. Wow. Man, that's good. I'm not sure if y'all can hear that, but the salt, the pepper, look. That's what it's about. That right there is what that will do for you. Welcome to Blue Ribbon BBQ. Enjoy the ride.